All right, welcome back to the Sons of Montezuma Film Room. It's Mateo Santiago, and we took a couple weeks off, but it's good to be back with Coach C, Coach Carrasco. Man, welcome back. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Missed the podcast and all that stuff, but it's been fun seeing San Diego State do their thing, going to the UNLV game and the fight that they had on their hands in that place, and all that. Kudos, tip my hat off to UNLV. They gave a good fight. They did some nice things against our really tough defense, and but San Diego State found a way, played strong at the end, and got it done. And then last weekend, the high anticipation of playing, what's really developing into a nice rivalry with Boise State and us, and it's a lot of fun because you're going to get high level football every year from Boise State. They're going to bring it physically, they're going to bring it mentally, and for us to go toe to toe again, and handle all the things, and then having a great comeback on top of that. I tell you what, it felt great. It was a great Thanksgiving weekend for Aztec fans, just because of how the Aztecs pulled it off and won against a quality program, a quality team who was on a winning streak. And so I couldn't be more prouder about, for our Aztecs and those young men getting what they got done in the manner that they did. Awesome job by them.
Well, like you said, the Aztecs beat UNLV on the road. It was a tricky game, and last week the Aztecs took down Boise State in a win, and you're in the Mountain West Championship game, and that's what they did, 27-16. And I was there live to check it out. The momentum in that stadium last week was awesome, from being down 16-3, like you said, and storming back and scoring 24 unanswered points that carried over the halftime. So the momentum was crazy, and so we were celebrating. I don't know if you can see here. We were celebrating and bathing ourselves in potato tears made fresh from Boise, Idaho. Us Aztecs fans love to relish every time we beat Boise. We're the only team in the conference that has beaten them more times than they've beaten us. So we took the advantage 4-3 now. Only played each other 7 times because they're not like a historical rival or anything like that. But definitely the top 2 brands in the Mountain West. So we're in the championship game now, and we got to face Utah State, which is not going to be easy. They kind of had the luxury of not playing the top teams in the Mountain West, like us and Fresno this year, but they still bring a lot of quality on the field. And so, Coach, we want to see what are some of your keys to the game, some of the things to look out for as the Aztecs take on Utah State this Saturday, 12 noon on Fox, Big Fox. It's a championship game. So what do you got for us, Coach?
Yeah, I got some keys to the game for sure that I think are going to be absolutely vital for us to finally walk away and end a great season and put that cherry on top of that Mountain West title, the solo champs of the whole thing. And Utah State, they do some nice things. And so the keys of the game that I got: one, defensive pressure. We got to be able to bring the defensive pressure, and that's without saying, of course, but defensive pressure with at least 3 to 4 guys, and that's it. Not needing to bring too much because of just how many things Utah State does. And how they utilize the pass game, a lot like Fresno State. Really understand the passing schemes really well. That coach over there at Utah State doing a great job. Has really turned around that program nicely in just 1 year, and they do some good things. All right, here's a clip here of our pressure with just 4 guys, and they got Tavai in a outside defensive end location here, and he does a great job. We got Banks and Thomas here on one side, and the key again: can we get to the quarterback with just 4 guys? And San Diego State does a great job. Immediately, you get double team here with Thomas. Boise State tries a double team, and watch Thomas just break that double team. And immediately, they got the quarterback running for his life. His eyes are now away from the routes. And you got guys good in their fits, and he's leveraged perfectly. Got Thomas attacking the throwing arm here. Okay, you got Tavai attacking his outside leg and really sandwiching him, getting him to give up on the play. And it's a great job by front 4. Now, why is that going to be so crucial coming up this weekend? Well, it's because Utah State, they love doing a few things. One, they're going to give you some unique formations that you probably haven't seen all year. Two, they love to use double moves, and they're great at double moves. And if you got the time, double moves, you will have the time to go ahead and allow those double moves to create. But if your quarterback is running where he has to get rid of it right away, then there's not going to be much time for those double moves to develop or hurt you or whatever else. But first things first, San Diego State defense, they're going to have their work cut out, because what the Utah State program does is they make you create cards. And what I mean by that, anybody that coaches, you create these cards and they're a template for the defense and the offensive scout teams to see and for the other teams to do. And you see here, I used to call this here, when we had this was my magic. I called it magic. It was a 3x2 is what you had right here. And here you got a cluster formation. All the cluster is bunch, and it's outspread, right? And then you see these guys in a tandem situation here. All right. But it's a very unique situation here that spreads the defense out. And it's just going to be a new card for our defense that they got to be ready for. And I'm just going to run this clip real quick. It's a real easy play. Utah State's just going to get it out to this guy real quick. But they're setting up something here later on. It's early in the game, or second quarter and all that, but they just set it up. They give this formation. They're way ahead, but they're showing this to whoever they're going to play next week and say, hey, here's a card for you to create, and defensive coordinator, here's something for you else to consider here, and give you something new to look at. But they just throw a quick hitter, gains 3 yards, not a big deal at all. But again, it's a new card. It's a new formation. We got to be ready for that. And why are they trying to do that? Well, because they want to set up certain plays they want to get done. And they kind of cut the clip here on all that. What you have is you have Utah State rolling out here, and you got their single receiver rolling like an over route. In most plays, whenever you have the quarterback rolling and changing his launching point, receivers always run with him. Well, this backside guy, he's going to roll with it, getting this free safety to turn his hips, and then watch this move by the backside. It's a double move by him. He's showing the DB that's guarding him that I'm going to just run an over route. But instead, he breaks it, boom, breaks him down, hits the vertical. He already has the safety's momentum going to the rollout side, and the quarterback does a nice job of hitting him on a seam route for a score. Utah State loves double moves. There's another one that we got that they love to do. Again, they run it a little bit later in the game. And again, they just really believe that they can get you on some double moves here. And they're good at it. They're really good at it. In San Diego State, you got to get to quarterbacks so that they can't do that all day against you like they did against New Mexico. So here's another one, and I'll rewind it just a tad. Again, unique formation. As you can see here, they got a tandem look really wide at the bottom of the numbers. It's a 3x1. I used to call this trumpet, is what I used to call the formation here. But you got a tandem look with the receiver side, and they do. It's a beautiful play. It's a different design. It got me, as I'm here in my coaching laboratory here, and I'm seeing new stuff, and it's getting my imagination going like, oh man, let me add that to the playbook. Good stuff by Utah State. They're going to motion this guy here. You're going to see a pump by the quarterback. All right. Get the defense to react to something. Now, San Diego State fans, don't forget, this is Rocky Long's defense. We run his defense. So this is great film. You might say, well, it's New Mexico. No, this is Rocky Long's defense. And so the schematic and how they look at attacking this type of defense, they really give you some good ideas. And they like the double move, and they're going to do it again here. So they're going to motion this tandem receiver, and they put him in a tandem right behind that guy. And he's going to run a double move. He's going to run a lock route is what I used to call. And you're going to see this quarterback pump it to him. This receiver, we called him the Y. He's going to attack this safety and act like he's blocking him. And then boom, he hits the seam. And so he's going to break down, and then boom, he hits another gear. and he blows by him. Quarterback gives a pump, gets this safety to bite on this one, gets the other secondary player to go ahead and square his hips. And once his hips are squared, I'm going to blow right by him. And immediately he's throwing that thing up. He beats the other safety. That safety's coming from the other side of the hash, and he's got to cover a lot of real estate. And they make a great play for another touchdown, another double move that goes for a big play. Big play. They love their double moves. This next play is incredible. Got me again writing up, man, I got to remember this. And the genius of this next play that they got going, as far as how they got it set up, is how they end up executing this play. Again, they're going to give you a unique formation. There's that tandem look again, but it's not a 3-by-1 this time, okay? It's a 2-by-2, and you got a tandem to the short side of the field. They love double moves. I keep saying that, and it's not something that's got to be drilled in our heads. And you're going to see the quarterback pump this. Now, remember the first play I showed you. They gave you that 3-by-2, really unique look, and they threw it real quick to the receiver. Well, they're going to sell that again, but they understand New Mexico's seen this, and they're not going to fall for any fake. And they anticipate. This is the genius of what Utah State is doing this year. And it's good stuff. And again, for a coach like me, when I see something new and I see it that it's well thought out, it's thrilling to watch because it's different.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to let this thing run. And you're like, okay, what's so great about this play? Because all it is just a pump and go and all. So they're going to go ahead and take this. He's going to stop. He's blocking this guy, and then he's going to take off. Well, high school plays run that. Well, this one's unique. And the reason why it's unique, because Utah State, from pre-snap, they know this guy's back here. It doesn't matter that we give a pump and this DB stays and we're blocking him and all that. Remember, this is where they want to go ahead and pump and go. Here's what they got. Well, because of the safety, any go from the pump and go, well, he's covering it.
Yeah.
And Utah State knows that. They see that from pre-snap. And so what you get is you get that guy, throws that guy, and he takes off. But the guy that they pumped it to also takes off. And so now you got two guys. This guy can't cover two guys. He's going with the guy running the A route of the bang A. And here's the other guy. And this is who they're going to throw it to. And you're like, well, yeah, that's great. Well, again, a double move. But this is what made me get all fired up when I first saw it. When I first saw it, it's what's coached up by the guy who's doing the blocking. His job is get his hands on the DB, then throw him forward, because what that's going to do is it's going to get his momentum going forward, and this guy is going to blow right by him. Okay, but you got to get his hands on him. So when we watch that blocker get to him, he's going to attack him, and then he throws him. You see all his momentum, and he's got him on the ground, and that gives that guy for sure going to be wide open. Now his job, occupy this safety, get this safety going. You got New Mexico thinking, oh, schmack, it's another double move by Utah. Let's go ahead and keep everything in front of us so they don't beat us deep again. And Utah has a secondary, or really what could be the primary, read on the progression, that we're really just trying to get it to this guy from the very get-go. Great ball, puts it right in the hole, and you got yourself another big play. So the defense gonna have to be ready for some unique formations. Gonna have to be ready for a lot of double moves. And you can kill all that is if you're 3 or 4 special pass rushers that we got there at San Diego State. If we can get to that quarterback and force him to get rid of it fast, and he does, he gets rid of it fast already, and we tackle well, then all those double moves and those big play options, we end up canceling those things out. Make them work and have 12 to 15 play drives against us, against our great defense. Then I like our chances if we can get to that quarterback right away.
Just want to say a quick thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the Sons of Montezuma film room here, where we do a lot of highlights, our post game, and some of our scouting reports. And if you haven't checked out sonsofmontezuma.com, definitely check that out, where we have our news articles, our post game recaps, our previews. It even houses all of our podcast episodes, our weekly podcast with K5 James and Dirtball Dan and myself. And of course, our sonsofmontezuma.com shop. Earlier this year, we signed our first name, image, and likeness deal, making the official Greg Bell t-shirt. Well, we're happy to announce that we've signed our second player to the Sons of Montezuma team, Matt Ariza, our star punter. You could purchase his jersey t-shirt, available now just in time for the holidays, at sonsofmontezuma.com/shop. Definitely want to support all of our Aztecs players and the hard work they put in this season, so definitely go get that. Only a couple more games left in the season, so let's support our Aztecs and continue to check back here every week as we give you more coverage of the Aztecs football team from a fan's perspective. sonsofmontezuma.com. Go Aztecs.